DawnDares2Dream, I like to inspire and motivate adults to dream again. Because as we go through life and take on our different roles and responsibilities, we tend to put our dreams on the back burner. And my goal here at DawnDares2Dream is to help you pick those dreams back up and to pursue them again. Now, I want you to understand, I started DawnDares2Dream because I wanted to relay my message and my heart and my feelings across to whomever would listen. It can be difficult getting your closest family and friends to understand the way that you believe and when you try to express it and share it. So this was like my backdoor way into letting everybody know. Now, I may have lost some viewers as a result of that because they don't agree, and that's fine. I am definitely a proponent of everyone having their own thoughts, their own process, their own mindset that works for them. Your religion works for you, you keep that. No one's telling you to get rid of that. Whatever it is that works for you, continue to use it. I'm just saying that sprinkle some of this other information on it, this personal development information that I'm providing you, and see where your life takes you and how you take off personally. Always remember, we are in control of how we see our environment. I don't care what everyone says it looks like or everyone says it is. We are in control of how we choose to perceive the environment. Hey dreamers, welcome back. And welcome to all the new dreamers who stopped by DawnDares2Dream today to see what we're all about. Well, if you've been following me, you know I just finished What Does Success Mean to You series. So if you haven't seen that series, you gotta go check it out. I'll place it up here at the end of this video, and you can go back and check that series out. Also, I want to remind you of the YouTube promo. It's time to subscribe to DawnDares2Dream if you haven't subscribed already, because now I'm doing a promo. So you see that red rectangular button down there that says subscribe right down there? Yes, that button. Go ahead and hit it, and that way you will be subscribed to my channel. And I'm going to give you a reward. I say yes, a reward for subscribing to my channel. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to have you pick from one of my 5 workbooks and action guides. You pick the one that you would like. You send a screen capture of the subscription to me, and I'm going to send that workbook right out to you via email. Today's topic is, how did our past help to shape us today? Because I know with taking full responsibility for our lives, we like to think, or tend to think, that, well, I went through some things in the past when I was a child that caused me to be a certain way as an adult, and I don't know how to change it, so that's not my fault. So I'm gonna take responsibility for that. And I'm here to tell you that you do. And I'm here to share with you how we can use our past experiences to shape us into who we want to be today in a positive way. Because we can also take what we thought were the negative experiences and turn those around into a positive one that we implement in our lives right now, today. I'm going to give you an example from my childhood that shows you how you can take what you may have thought was a negative experience and turn it into a positive in your life today. Example, with me and my mom, we moved around a lot. Lots of times we got evicted because the rent wasn't paid, of course, and so we would get evicted. And we would just do this round robin. Sometimes I would stay with family members while we were in transition, I'm gonna say. And some may look at that as a very negative thing, but I didn't look at it that way. I decided when I was 19, I've told the story before, we got evicted from the last apartment that we were in. My mother told me that, you know, I was of age and she wanted me to pay half of the bills if she got another apartment that I lived in with her. Now, I didn't do that. I went out and got my own apartment because I didn't trust that my mother was even going to have her half of the bills, because I just thought that she had an issue quantifying how much money she had versus what she needed to pay for her bills. And for some reason, she couldn't deduce or balance that checkbook out, you know, to come out even. So I figured even though she was paying less, she still wouldn't have paid me the half that I needed to pay the bills. So I went out and I got my own apartment, and I paid my bills on time, and I still do to this day. I very rarely, unless there's some extreme circumstance, am not paying a bill like my mortgage or my car note when I had one. I don't have one currently. My mortgage, my water bill, like we need water. I'm paying those bills. And I learned that you need to pay them or they will be cut off. And having those items cut off in your life, or being evicted, or having no electricity, having no cable, that's no fun, because I lived that growing up. So her instability or irresponsibility taught me responsibility. You get it? So yes, that may have been a negative experience, but it shaped who I am today because I make sure that I pay my bills. Now, I'll also give you a positive example of something that was positive that my mother did that also impacted me. My mother was a hard worker. She had a very strong work ethic. And as a result of that, I watched her growing up. She always worked. My mother was rarely home talking about I'm taking a sick day. My mother worked. You hear me? She worked for the VA Medical Center in Baltimore, Maryland for 30 so years, I believe, and retired from there. And she worked. She did work that I would never dream of doing. I would probably never do, to be honest with you. Now, how that made an impact on me, I'm a hard worker. Every job that I've ever had, my management will tell you that Dawn is a hard worker. I don't call in sick. I pick up shifts. I will pick up shifts for other people. I am a hard worker. And this was when I waited tables, and that translated into my corporate career. I go to work. I mean, I don't really get sick, so I don't really take any sick days. When I'm at work, if you give me an assignment, I'm going to see it through. I don't need a whole lot of follow-up from management. I can just take it on and do what I need to do. And I'll stop, and I have checkpoints where I'll talk to management to see if I'm on track. But I'm a get it done kind of gal, okay? And that I contribute to my mother because I watched her work day in and day out my entire life. Now, what I would like you to do is to think about some positive things in your life, even some not so positive things, and think about how they impacted you. And from a point of what you chose to take from it. Do you understand? Because we choose, now that we're adults, we went through whatever we went through as a kid. That happened. We cannot go back. We cannot change that. But we can change our perspective. We can change our mindset on the things that occurred while we were children. So what things happened that may have not been so great, that have caused you to have pain, hurt, and trauma currently in your life today? Can you go back and look at those and figure out, pull some positives from it that has changed who you are now for the better? Think about that, because we have a choice in everything that we do. Now, some of our choices are harder than others. Some of our choices, we may need assistance from someone else or from professionals to help us make the choice that we want to do the right thing. But we always have a choice, whether we are predispositioned to something or not. Remember, I talked about the ego and how that has an impact on our lives and how we interact with others. I called it No Ego series, but to be honest with you, ego is a positive thing. The question is, where do you lie on the ego spectrum? Go check out that series, and it will help you to understand that, yes, I may be predispositioned to be a certain way, but I can change that if I choose. It may take work, but I'm telling you, we can do it. As we continue to talk about taking full responsibility for our lives, I just want to take time, during each video segment to pull in some universal laws that may be applicable in this scenario. The law of relativity it's a major player here, because the law of relativity says that we see the world based upon, our own experiences, things that have happened to us, because we're viewing through a lens relative to what we've been through. Now, we cannot change what we've been through, but we can change how we feel and think about what we've been through. And that is where taking that full responsibility really is key. We take the time to dissect those major things that have happened in our lives, those pivotal experiences that have happened in our lives. We look at those and then analyze them and say, you know what? I believe this because of that, which is positive. You know, I've never done that thing that was done to me, which is another positive. So when you go back and review your past, even things that you know that you have done, we're going to go fast forward past childhood, things that you have done as a teenager, things you've done as an adult, young adult, things that you are doing currently, maybe. Take the time to stop and analyze, where did this behavior come from? So you can stop it. Because the first thing you have to acknowledge within yourself, this isn't something that I want to continue to do, and I want to change it. Now, I want to change it, but I don't know where to start. And I'm telling you, understanding where that behavior originated or why or what caused it is going to help you in your journey of life, your journey of personal development, to change that. Now, the change may not happen overnight, but that's fine, because remember, we want to take in responsibility for ourselves journey. All of the workbooks and all of the action guides, all of the, basically this whole YouTube platform that I am on, that's what I'm talking about. Who do I want to be to get to the place I want to be, to have the things I want to have? Who am I? Am I worthy of those things? And if I don't believe I'm worthy, we have to figure out why. We have to change behaviors. In the end, we must remember that it's our choice. The life that we live today is our choice. So what do you choose? Do you choose to take that full responsibility and go back and look in your past and understand how some of what we may call negative and positive experiences, how they all have had an impact in your life, and you can choose to have them have a positive impact? I'm not saying that trauma doesn't hurt. That is not what I'm saying. It does. But even in that pain, what did you learn? Like I said, you may have learned to be a better citizen in the world and not hurt others the way that you were hurt. And that's a great lesson to have learned. You also have learned what to look out for different type of traumas that you've been through. You can tell the signs. You can tell how a person is behaving. So if someone is doing something to your children that they shouldn't, you probably see the signs and you can get it just like that. You probably also have learned the characteristics of individuals who are predators. You may even realize that a lot quicker than most. There are some positives that we can gain even from our negative experiences. We just have to remember that we are taking full responsibility for our lives and the things that occur in our environment, in our realm of influence. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also remember that there's a comment section down there. Click on the comments. Ask me any questions you may have. I'll get back to you in a day or two. Remember to subscribe. We have the YouTube promo where you get a workbook for your subscription. My face is going to be up here in a circle, so I need you to click on my face, select the gray bell, select all, and that way you'll be subscribed to my channel and you'll be notified to all the new content that I've placed up here to YouTube. And over here, I'm going to place this new series because this is the second video. So now you'll see the link to the series up here. So we'll do that for taking full responsibility for your life. We'll also have what does success mean to you. And we'll also have over here understanding the laws of the universe, because they are going to be very crucial to what we're learning here with taking full responsibility for our lives. So I hope I have shed a little bit of light about where we're going with this series. Hang in there. We're going to get more into real world examples in my life. Some different examples to show you how it is possible to take full responsibility, and some techniques on how to take full responsibility in our current lives today, in real life situations that we believe we have no control over. But remember, we always have control. We always have a choice. Have a great day, dreamers.